Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. We're back on the dev server and it's time to have a look at the Fokker G.IA. This is a new Dutch aircraft that is coming into the game in the Benelux tech tree for France. Basically Benelux, or technically Bena, is getting a sub-tech tree for aviation for France here. And we had another video kind of looking at all the vehicles if you want to see a generic overview of them. But even though some of them are, similar or the same, they do generally have different loadouts, so they do have little things which make them slightly different. When it comes to the ground stuff, the Benelux stuff isn't in yet. Maybe it'll come this update, maybe next one, who knows? We'll see going into the future. The Fokker G1A is obviously a Dutch or Netherlands design. It's beautiful and I'm very happy to see it, and hopefully its brethren also get added going forward. This vehicle, the Fokker G1A, has access to the Bristol Mercury 8 engines, which gives it overall 731 horsepower in a twin mount. It obviously is set up in a pretty decent way and has some really cool little things to it. So this is technically a pre-World War II machine, and it has a funny offensive armament to kind of show that. So first of all, it's full of 7.92mm Brownings, the Mark 36 number 3s. It has 8 of them in the front and has 4,000 rounds of ammunition to be able to destroy anything that's in front of it. This means that the 7.92s can actually have access to a bunch of API and APT, meaning that you'll cause a lot of fires and you'll be able to destroy a lot of things in front of you. What you won't be able to do is really penetrate anything, which is the general problem. Then you have the turret on the back, which is another 7.92mm FN Browning Mark 36 number 4 machine gun. This one also has some belts with it too. The Universal, the Tracer, and also the Stealth belt, if you really feel like it. So yeah, kind of interesting to see. I may have got these two the wrong way around. We'll have to see, I suppose, kind of going forward. But the cool thing about this turret is it actually rotates 360 degrees. So this isn't something which is usually seen on a lot of vehicles, but you can see here that there is like kind of a circle. So this kind of, well, I can't remember what you call it, but the cone is able to rotate 360 degrees. So that means that it can go all the way around both ways. And I'll just demonstrate that for you right here. And that's really cool, right? Like that's something which I feel like not a ton of vehicles have access to. Maybe the Uhu has access to that, but not this. It also means you have full coverage all around the place. So even over to like here, which is kind of nuts. But if you actually have a look at the thing itself, so you can see it's like pointed to the ground here, right? And shooting down. If you have a look on the back, it actually rotates all the way up to the top. Now, don't worry about the guy's hands. That's obviously a little bit of an issue. But yeah, it's really cool to see. This thing could also take a metric amount of fuel. So if you are a person who enjoys flying in a simulator, you can do that. And it does have a bomb bay, which is made out of glass. So you can see the stuff that's inside, even if it's closed. This vehicle does also have access to a bomb sight, which is really cool. So you can accurately put the bombs down. You can also see it has really, really slow wheels. So just be very, very careful with them, because it's going to take you ages for them to come out and also ages for them to come in. But with the 400 kilo bomb, you'll be able to probably do some damage to things as long as you hit them. And then, yeah, it turns out that so the belts that I showed you on the modifications, they're the wrong way around, or at least I showed you them the wrong way around. So these ones here are actually for the guns in the front. So these are the rounds that you can get, and this one is for the turret on the back. So my apologies. The secondary weapons, you can get a 400 kilo bomb. It has the explosive mass of 167 kilos. You also have the 300 kilo bomb, with 105, 2 100s, or 6 50 kilo bombs. So you do have a different setup depending on what you want to go for. And that's cool. So you can run it as a CAS option, but I think mainly the way that this thing is actually going to work the best is as a kind of fighter that you climb with and then use as a supportive fighter. Very similar to stuff like the P-38 in its playstyle, but obviously at 2-3. The place where you find it and the tech tree is at rank 2. So just after the Gladiator and just before the Firefly. So this one should be pretty easy to research and also give you a good inkling about what the vehicles for the Netherlands might be going forward. The vehicle doesn't have any camos yet. I'm sure in the future it'll probably have a marketplace camo or it'll have something similar to that. But also it has all of the customizable fuel and the minimum you can take is 33 minutes. So just take 33 minutes because you won't need more than that kind of going forward. So this vehicle is looking really fun. Like, it's looking like one of those which is unique, is interesting, has a pretty cool turret on the back, and also pretty cool maneuverability, and a secondary option too to boot. So you can't be mad with that. You really can't have an issue with a vehicle like that, you know, coming to the game. And you can see here the fire rate on the guns, the good old Brownings, and the amount of ammo that you can push out is just wonderful. But yeah, the fact it has the bomb aimer is going to make it so much easier to use. The overall speed of the machine isn't great, but its maneuverability is fantastic. Oh dear. The maneuverability of it is fantastic, and I suppose we can now test if it can fly on one engine. But with the bomb timer, or with the bomb sight, it'll be easy to accurately bomb kind of what's going on. But yeah, it seems to be able to fly on one engine, so if that ever happens, you'll be able to survive. I'm looking forward to see what the cockpit of this thing looks like, because I think that would actually be really cool to see. And yeah, it's going to be one of those which is great at being aggressive, great at being defensive, and also with the added bonus of having the bomb. I think the only issue might be of this is weight, since of course, you know, it's having to hold quite a lot of fuel, but it should be fine. I'm not really too worried about it going forward. I hope that in the future we get more vehicles from the Netherlands, not just from a ground point of view and also an air point of view, but also a naval point of view. The Netherlands has a lot to offer France, and I think overall it will just be fantastic. Hopefully we see stuff soon. Hopefully we see stuff over the next few updates that will help out a lot of the Benelux stuff that's already here, and also the French tech tree in a very positive way. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.
I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.